Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Reflections with me. How are you doing? We are still in lockdown mode during COVID-19. It's been extended till the end of July. And I can't believe half the year has already passed, and we have now 6 months left. We are literally in the middle of the year. So let's see what the rest of the year has in store for us. I'm joining in from Mumbai, and it's been raining heavily. So I don't know if you've had rains at your end, but I've been enjoying the rains. It's been very relaxed. And as you know, I always try and get a very interesting person to chat with me, to do a Sunday reflection. And today I have with me Sailesh Mishra. He is the founder of Silver Innings. Good evening, Sailesh. How are you doing today?
Good evening. I'm fine, Elsa. It's rainy Sunday today. So, but I have forgotten all the Sundays for last 4 months.
That's true, isn't it? It's like you don't know when the weekend starts and when it's a weekday because everything's
Yeah.
blending into one kind of, mode. We are all on Zoom calls for this or that or the other. It's been really hectic. Is it
Yes.
hectic for you too?
No, I'm enjoying because I have been busy with my work to helping other people. So I did not find it hectic. In fact, my personal work was more hectic. Helping people is so enjoyable.
Can you tell us about Silver Innings? What exactly do you do at Silver Innings?
Yeah, Silver Innings we started in 2018. The aging is related to negative and frail and old person. So we brought whole new dimension to old age to inspire people and tell them this is a productive aging, the second inning, to do something which you have forgotten, which you have never got time to do. And here also we try to include young people. I think young people are so good. They are so energetic. They have lot many ideas. We try to club seniors and young people and try to build a age-friendly environment. That is the whole idea of Silver Innings.
So, how did you start Silver Innings? Because you worked in the corporate sector in the marketing
Yes.
department for many years, and then you started Silver Innings. So, what was the moment in time when you decided this is your issue and this is what you're going to focus on?
It just happened by accident. I'm an accidental entrepreneur or social activist. I never thought about of doing all this. I never knew what is senior citizen, what is old age problem. I come from the village background, and my mother always taught me to be on my own foot and to do something different. I come from an agriculture family, from farmer family, and my grandfather was a freedom fighter of Maharashtra. And there was something, some small social kida inside me, and my mother always pushed me to do that. But incidentally, I went to the college, Wilson College in Mumbai. I got married. I had a runway marriage. Because I had a runway marriage, so I had to do a job, any job to survive. I had to leave my house and go away. And I started my career in sales field, sales and marketing of paints. And I never liked the job. But 17 years I survived in corporate sector, doing different kind of paint industry business, working with dealers, painters, industrialists. So, but this gave me very good idea, because I was very introvert and shy person. So this gave me chance to talk to people, to understand them, to have patience. So this build a person in me, and I was little tired and so thinking what I'm doing, I'm not contributing to the society because my mother used to always tell, forget yourself for others, and others will never forget you. So this social kida was always trying to trouble me. One day, I applied for a volunteer work in Dignity Foundation. Dignity Foundation is very big NGO working with seniors. I went for a volunteer job, and they volunteer work, in fact, not job, but they offered me a job, a marketing person selling the ID cards, and then it changed my career, and I came to this domain of aging. I was only in early 40s. Let me tell you, early 40s. My salary was less than half of corporate sector, but my wife and daughter, they helped me to build a new career for me. I'm really telling you, I'm very, very happy. I inspire myself. I get inspiration for all of you people, like all people around the world. And in the end, I sleep well in night.
That's very important to sleep well at night, and you can only do that if you have a clean heart, in my opinion. So, can you share a little bit about why is it important, to invest in senior citizens? So, whilst a lot of people say that they take care of the seniors, they actually don't. Just providing them with food and medical help is one aspect, but really it's the loneliness. It's about investing time with them. It's about chatting with them, and also understanding old age um, diseases like dementia, Alzheimer's, and giving them the proper care. I don't think in India we understand
Mm.
dementia and Alzheimer's to a great extent. So, can you share a little more about the kind of the details of your work where you help senior citizens, but also engage young people in senior citizen care?
Yeah, so as you rightly said, in India, we have not thought about seniors aging as a problem. Aging, we think is a part of the family. So elders are always there, but are they only to be respected? Are they only to be touch the feet? No. They are human being like us. They are young people like us. They have young heart. They need care all their life till their last breath. It's not about roti kapra makan. It's the time. It's the hug. It's the smile. It's just also to take an advice with them. As we grow, as the country is growing, as we all are growing, we are moving from a joint family to nuclear family and micro nuclear family. Somewhere in this materialistic world, earning money, we have forgotten our elders. But we what we tell people is, we also not blame all young people. We tell them that someday you also will grow old. So think about old person, about your grandparents, about seniors, how you want to treat yourself when you become old. So this is the message we are giving. And also for the seniors also, we tell them that you don't have to be cribbing all the time. You don't have to be nagging all the time. This is an opportunity to do something for the society. Forget if your children are not listening. Forget if your grandchildren are not listening. There are millions of people who need help. Can you go and teach somebody in the slum? Can you help another old person? Can you do some civic activities? Can we do something like this? So it's try to help both the generation to tell not to blame each other. I think blaming game should stop. We all at some fault, everybody is at fault, so we should stop blaming each other and also try to see where we can build an harmony. And telling about loneliness, depression, dementia, Alzheimer's, we have never thought about it. In fact, in India, there's a lack of mental professionals. There are hardly any gerontologists or doctors who are trained in dementia, Alzheimer's. There are a handful of homes which can take care of old people. So we try to train people how to take care of senior citizen, how we train senior citizen how to take care of themselves, and also we are doing advocacy and networking through government, to corporates, and so we are using social media. I think that's a very important aspect. We all have forgotten social media. I have never used social media to chat. I've always used social media to promote aging, not silvering also, to promote an idea of happiness. I think that's what we are doing, and that's we all should do.
So, everyone, when they think of India, they think of the youth demographic. We have
Yeah.
a huge youth bulge, but we
Yes.
also have a huge aging population. And unlike
Yes.
in, say, European countries where they have infrastructure to take care of senior citizens, we don't
Mhm.
really have that infrastructure. So,
Yes.
what is it that can be done, whether it is by government or even
Mhm.
by corporate, like joint partnership models between non-profits and partners and private agencies
Mhm.
to create that infrastructure? What is needed?
So, yeah, you are right. As our Prime Minister says, that 70% of Indians are young people. And also, there is population of senior citizens at presently is 125 million people in the country. And by 2050, we'll be triplicating. We'll be around 300 plus million people. We, Prime Minister, and we all should also think this 70% people all will grow old. So, do we have enough infrastructure for old age? Example, do we have enough institutions or old age home? Do we have enough geriatric beds? Do we have enough doctors, psychologists for senior citizens? Do we have ramps? Do we have traffic signals where senior citizens can cross? Do we have local train where they can go climb the local train? Do we have elevators in all the railway station? So it is not only of community, of a citizen. It is about partnership between public, government, and the corporate. Corporate CSR, corporate social responsibility, can is one of the very important thing where they can come in. Now corporate is only funding young people for education or for poverty, or but they are all have forgotten old age. If they also start investing in old age, I think if 10% of the corporate social responsibility fund is given to old age, spend on old age, we'll have very beautiful life, because government doesn't have money. I can understand the government because they have other priorities. We as the individual also don't have enough infrastructure, but the corporate can come in big way, because geriatric is the biggest market after IT in the world. We all are going to grow old. World is aging, and also there are other aspects. Feminization of aging. A lot of females are aging, and their number is higher than the men. So are we ready for this? We should think, and just forget everything. Just think, when I will be growing old, what I need. If you all think and do something for your old age, don't forget everybody. Think about, be selfish. My mentor, Dr. Charles Minto, always said, Sailesh, you should become selfish. You should think about yourself when you will grow old, what you will need, and build that infrastructure. That will help everybody.
So you mentioned a great point that a lot of aging people constitute women, and women may not have property in their name or any financial independence, which means that if she is physically dependent, she may also be financially dependent on
Yes.
her family members, and therefore very little choices.
Hmm.
So therefore, what advice would you give people who are in their 40s and 50s and who are heading towards aging?
You have nailed it. you have you have just pointed something which I wanted to always speak. And we have this mission called Catch Them Young. So
What's
aging
that?
doesn't catch them young.
Catch them young. Okay.
Yeah. So aging doesn't start at 60. It starts at the first day of your mother's womb. The first day when you're there in your mother's womb, the aging start. You are 1 year, 1 day old, 2 day old, 9 month old, 1 year old, 10 year old, and you're 60 years old. So aging is a process. It's continuous. So we should always think about trying to create people or infrastructure where we can handle old age. So we need to try to train young people how to grow old and how to take care of old age. And this we can only do when you're 35, 40. 40 is the right age, because at 60, if you tell somebody to change, they will never change. It's very difficult to change and adapt to something. So when you're early 40s, your 40s, start spending time on hobbies, skill, new learnings, because your hobbies, skill, and learning will be the best friend, best family member where all have gone. Then fourth comes the finance, because finance is so important. We as young people try to spend money on lifestyle and so many luxury, traveling and other things. But if you try to just save 10% of your monthly salary for your old age, I think is the biggest investment, because finance is one thing where abuse happen and when you have to depend on somebody. Fifth and last is also about healthcare. You need to take care of your health, physical and mental health. So start practicing yoga, jogging, fitness. Don't do very aggressive healthcare, physical fitness. But early 40s, if you start healthcare also, it will be very good for your old age. So finance, healthcare is very important. And don't forget mental health, because it is something also we all will feel a trap where there is nobody. It's called empty nest syndrome, where everybody is gone. So if you have a hobby like music, dancing, some creativity, some drawing, painting, traveling, photography, you won't feel lonely, right? If you have reading habit, I enjoy music, and I like Himesh Reshamia because I like that loud singing. I just enjoy tapping. I like this young ashiki kind of songs. Every morning 10 minutes I spend on religious thing, and then I have this ashiki song on my PC. It keeps me going. This was taught to me my when I was in dignity at 4 o'clock in the night. I used to listen Himesh Reshamia, Ashik Banaya, and I was full of energy. So young people, young energy, young music give you a lot of things. So spend time on yourself. Have 5 days a week. Have a good sleep. This is very important, and build your old age from 40, not 60.
So a lot of Indian parents, they tend to work all their life very hard for their children, invest in their children, sacrifice for themselves, and then when it's time to retire, they think that their children are going to look after them, and often
Mm,
that is not the case. So, and we've seen even the Singhanias, rich as they are, the
yes.
father gave away his property, put it in his son's name, and then had to fight to get it back, right? So what are some of the things that you would advise older people?
Hmm. I think this is again very important topic. First of all, any in any relationship there should be no expectation. When there is expectation, there will be bound to happen backstabbing. Nobody will fulfill their expectation, and you will feel bad about it. Abuse start with expectation. If you don't have expectation, that is very important. We all invest in our children, and I think that's our responsibility also, that we have a family, and as an Indian and everybody in the world, they want to have a good child, they give good education, but we should not expect that they will look after us. So why, as we said earlier, why don't we build a society where we help our children for good education, good healthcare, good infrastructure, and then we look after ourselves. If children come to help us, if children give something to us, is well and okay, we'll be happy. So if you have expectation, then there will be a big problem. The second thing, what you talk about the financial thing, I think many people, we are emotionally, Indians are very emotional, religious and emotionality, and then relationship emotional. So what happens is we tend to give our property, our gratuity, pension to our grandchildren, to our sons, to our daughters, and then when you give away everything, then you have to depend on somebody, right? So please, when you're alive, till your last breath, don't give anything to your children. Only give everything to children after your death, and not only your death. If I have a wife, so I should give it only after my wife goes away. So it force husband, wife, when they go away, then it should be the property or financial or other thing should be given to children. Don't give anything to the children when you're alive. So make a will now, make a power of attorney now, and keep it secret. Don't tell your children on whose name what is there. So at least for the lifetime, they will love you, they will take care of you. In fact, yesterday there was news in YouTube in Kanpur, a village. There was this child who had mistreated his parents and beaten them up and taken away all their property. Uh, Let me tell you, Government of India has very good law now. That is called Maintenance Act, and that also take care of legality. But please request, don't give anything to your children when you're alive, and but you should love them, you should care for them, and don't expect from them. Let them do what they want, give them free hand, and give space to each other. I think that's also very important.
That's great. Thank you for sharing those little snippets of information, because a lot of people take it for granted. Family blood is thicker than water, and that, you can always depend on
Mm,
family. But like you said, in any relationship, there should be no expectation, and you should always make a will. And
mm,
even there are recent judgments where a daughter is expected to,
yes.
the court rule that the daughter also must look after her parents, which in most cases it's done, but it could be that her marital home or family don't permit that. So
Right.
now there's a court ruling on that too. I wanted to ask you during COVID 19, where we are all stuck at home,
Hmm.
and it is a forced lockdown which has been extended month on month for so
Hmm.
long. And in Bombay, it's going to be extended, it's extended rather till 31st July.
Hmm.
We are all suffering and feeling it. So, what
Hmm.
about the senior citizens?
Yeah. So lockdown has come in very bad way, especially for the senior citizens. There are two types of senior citizen. I will try to talk about both. One are the people who are staying in some institution like old age home or shelter, and one senior citizen are people who are living in their own home. People who are living in their own home had their daily routine, like they used to go to temple, a church or religious place, they used to go to bank, they used to go and sit and chat outside, they used to go for walking. They had a lot of free time, they could enjoy something. But suddenly the lockdown, what happened was everybody was inside the room, one room, because city like Mumbai, there are not many rooms, they are not bungalows. So we were all stuck in one room. A person from 90 age to 1 year child, everybody was in the home. Initial days were very good, but slowly there were a lot of tantrum because seniors were mistreated at some places, not all places. Seniors could not go down and have a walk because for diabetes, blood pressure, cardiac, the walk was very important. So I don't know what government planned, who planned all this. Of course, you can't go out, but at least we could walk a staircase. We could go in the park in the society with social distancing. There could have been something. You can't keep somebody closed door. So senior had a lot of problem with health. Also, this challenge we found, corona, the COVID also gave us two side of humanity. There were some people who were totally insensitive and some people were very sensitive. I give you example. We were helping people who had stuck in the lockdown with ration, and also we were helping senior citizen to get vegetable medicine. So we were not allowed to go inside the gate of the society. So we had this case where I had to supply a ration 15 kg and some vegetable. I went to the society and called the senior citizen. He was very old, 80-year-old person, and the wife was paralytic. He came down and I looked at him because I could not pull that 15 kg, 20 kg, ration kit. And I told there were a lot of young people standing outside, and I told them, please help him to take the ration. They did not. Many societies did not help senior. Let me tell you, we became so selfish. It's my family, our family. So it was very trouble. So I had to request the watchman. In fact, I had to give him the tip that please 25 लेके इनको ऊपर ले रखा हो. Like so, we never thought what is going to happen. We never thought they were senior citizens, they were disabled, they were young children, they were pregnant inside the house where they will need help. So senior citizen at home they face this kind of problem. Also, people who were non-COVID. A lot of seniors required to go to doctor for checkup, for blood checkup, for diabetes. So everything was closed. So where they're supposed to go? And suddenly you wanted telemedicine to happen. How many people in India trained to have telemedicine? So this non-COVID, then kidney transplantation, every week they require the blood. That is was the problem. Then people who were staying in the institution, like we have elder care home at Virar near Mumbai. We faced a lot of situation where our caregiver and staff were stopped by the local villagers not to go in old age home, not to work there because old people are carrier of corona, and we had to literally fight. We were denied permission by the police to travel. I think that was also insensitive. Slowly, quite late, government made a plan to include old age also in essential services, but it is not there. Lot of senior citizens, lot of family have disabled or dementia, Alzheimer's seniors who require caregiver. Caregiver were stopped to not to go home. Of course, it was risky to because caregiver might stay in some other place and they will get virus. But we did not had any system to look after our seniors. So whenever this is a time, Corona has given an opportunity to government, to the society, to community to build a policy, to build a system. Because this is not the end. There will be hundreds of Corona will happen, hundred of disaster will happen. What is the plan? So let us
You're
build a
very
plan.
right. You're very right because I had Shishi Joshi from Project Mumbai, and he also has some services for senior
Yes.
citizens where he delivers food at their home. And he
Mm.
would get calls from people saying, "Hey, there's this guy or this lady or this family that needs help," and he
Mm.
would ask them, "What are you doing?" And
Yes.
it's like always pass the buck to somebody else to
Mm.
solve the problem when you could have taken care, like you said, treat
Yes.
them like they are your own family. And you're very right when you say that the government should make these services essential,
Mm.
because senior citizens need the help, and if
Yes.
people around them are not going to give them the help, then how are we going to take care of them, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's and they are most vulnerable to the virus as well. They cannot step
Yes.
out easily,
Yes.
and many of them may also have medical issues. So you're very right. So do you think there's any plans to push for that legislation or to push for that policy change?
Yes, yes. Something good is happening in this lockdown because of a lot of Zoom and webinar meeting. In fact, I like to tell you that United Nations has made a COVID-19 policy for older person. So they have already made a policy and they are asking all the government to have a policy nationally. And recently, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, MSJE in Government of India, had a meeting of all the NGOs and activists. I was also part of it. So Government of India is also making a policy for COVID. And I told them, don't make it only COVID policy. This
Yes.
national disaster or any virus and bacteria will happen. So, Government of India is also doing. We all NGOs and activists are also helping them. It's a learning for all of us, but we need to also be little sensitive. I'll just tell you one more thing. Like government started telling about social distancing. So I had a very strong objection on this was social distancing. What do you mean by that? It should be physical distancing. What we all did, and also we got confused, we tried to close the door of the house and close our heart. It was actually not social disengagement. It should be social engagement should have been continued. We could have done engagement, social engagement program for senior, disabled, for children, for other people. So social distancing, created a lot of problems. So we need to change these words. We need to be very careful. So open your heart in this time. Actually, you can close your door, but please open your heart.
I like that. Social distancing was the wrong term. It should be physical distancing with social engagement. I'm just typing it furiously and trying to capture it so that, people can think about it. And like you said, close the door of your house, but not the door of your heart. That's most important. This is the time for empathy.
Yes.
And, seniors also need that empathy. So, other than COVID-19, you must be getting a lot of calls, regarding seniors, because there are
Mm.
very few services and very
Yes.
few NGOs that
Yes.
really work on senior citizen care. So, can
Mhm.
you tell us some of the common challenges and, like how can we rethink as we open,
Mm.
some of the things? So, one of the initiatives that was done some years ago was these Nana Nani parks in every location, which was like a strip of road which was lying unutilized, and they made
Yes.
it green and like a walking track, but with a few benches.
Mm.
And we have one in my area, and that's a great place for
Mm.
social, when we are not socially distancing, for people to sit and chat and
Mm.
meet their friends. But
Yes.
other than that, shouldn't there be more such community centers?
Yes. First, I'll talk about challenges what we face. Actually, I just give you a recent example. Like every time we get a call that there's an old man lying somewhere in the street, or there is an old lady on the railway platform or on the bridge. People call us at 1 o'clock in the night. When I tell them at 1 o'clock in the night, how can I reach Navi Mumbai from Mira Road? Please call the police 103, or please give them the biscuit. Or no, it's your responsibility. They, so people try to pass the buck. So what happened? There are around 8% of the population of Mumbai is homeless. So I'm just trying to give you some figures. And out of that homeless, 8%, 10% are senior citizens. There are a lot of people who are on the street or road. They have either forgotten, abandoned, or they have lost. So there was this man who was found in Andheri, and my friend actor Rajeshri Deshpande was there. And in fact, this was a group very active, and we tried to search in home for the person. The problem is in the COVID, all the old age homes are closed, all the shelter home are closed. So where to take them? So Rajeshri found very difficulty to get. So the process to admit somebody in free old age home is to go to the police, and Bandra police station was totally insensitive. So Rajeshri has to tweet so many hundreds of times, and because being celebrated, then after some time she got some help, and Bandra police station gave the NOC, and then we found an old age home in Malad, the free old age home. So to have a shelter for homeless, abandoned, and poor is very important. In India, there are hardly few. In Mumbai, there are only three, four free old age homes. I think that's a very big requirement. When we are building shelter home, community home for women and children, why not for children, old people? So where we have, then I'll come to when we have colleges and universities for young people, not for old age home, old people. Where we have yoga class, dancing class for young people, not for old people. Where we have community toilets for young people, Dharavi toilet, all the toilets have a big staircase. It's not for old people. They have Indian toilet. It's very difficult to sit in the Indian toilet because you have a knee problem. I'm just giving example. Then when we are building railway station, I have to climb so high. I get tired. I'm only 50. So think about old person. The distance between the railway platform and the railway train is high. There are hardly few low-lying buses. So we need to India need to change in outlook to become an age because we are already aging country because we are 10% population of senior citizens. So we need to think like IIT Bombay, Indian Institute of Design, Indian Fashion Institute. There are so MBA colleges. We need to have social entrepreneurship for old people. Thoughts, innovation, young people for old person. There are amazing talent in young people to have an idea. I tell them don't start an NGO, don't work somewhere, have an ideation. Give thought young people challenge that technology intervention for old people. So this will be your bread and butter because this will become your service, but you're helping thousands and millions of old people, right? So we need to build a system where old age gerontology is part of the curriculum of the social work colleges, IITs, MBAs, Indian Institute of Design. So then after 5, 10 years, we have a society where we don't have to depend on anybody. Everybody is self-independent. I want my country to be independent of everything. I want my country to be freedom from all this kind of discrimination. So age-friendly country, age-friendly city, and age-friendly houses. I'll give you one small example again. When we buy a house, we are young, we get married, we want to have flashy house, we have a flashy tiles, lifts and everything. But just see the toilet. Do you have grab bars? You have non-skid tiles. You have electricity buttons too high when you're old. What you will do? You have knobs very difficult to when you're in old age. Think about it. You have a lift. Have you seen your society lift? Can it carry a stretcher? So we need to change the architect. Indian Institute of Architects should also have old age part of it. So barrier-free environment for all people. So we need to change the attitude. So old age people are not charity. They don't want sympathy. We all need empathy toward each other. Because then only we are human beings. Other we are animals. So we need to change the attitude.
Very, very true, very true. Whatever you're saying, I mean, even within our homes, we should see what infrastructure is needed so that an old person does not slip and fall, can be very mobile within the house so that they are not dependent on another person for their needs as far as possible. Because it also takes a lot on this, it
Mm.
beats their self-esteem down and, also um, makes them underconfident in a way.
Mm.
So
Mm.
what motivates you? How do you nourish yourself in doing this work? Because it seems like you get a lot of calls at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, as I told you very early start of the conversation, I feel happy to be among people. Because if you lockdown, if I was really locked down, I could have gone mad. I could have gone depressed. I could have got corona actually. The
Yeah.
corona illness of depression and loneliness, and you lose your immunity. What helped me going is talking to people, finding good thing in bad people. All the environment, all the people are not good or bad. The bad people also are come from some environment which they have. I have all kind of friends. I meet all kind of people, but I think good things from them. I see happiness. So because there are so many things happening, so many deaths, so many suicides, so many things happening, so many negative news, and WhatsApp is the university of rumors. So to keep myself going, I don't have this distraction. I see good thing in bad thing. That is something very important. I also see Corona as an opportunity to help each other, and helping each other gives me inspiration. Also, hearing stories like from you, from my old people, from my seniors. From I talk to a lot of young people, and I want to listen. Listening is very. I will do on my own what I want. That's very sure for me. I will not hear any, but I will listen to everybody. I read, I do social media. So that, and also be flexible, don't be rigid. That's for important for me. I'm also flexible in adjusting, adapting, also compromise whenever required, because you're not going to get everything what you want. So this keep me happy, and also some small prayers, spirituality. I'm not talking about religion. I believe in all the gods, and my father, mother has taught me to be that. And I get what I am today is because of my parents. And today is Guru Purnima. I thank them for they have given me birth, and they're very humble and kind. And my kindness and humility has come from them. That sometimes creates problem for me because I can't say no to anybody. So I get trapped in that, but I'm very happy in that, and I've got lot many mentors, lot many people who help me. I'm very thankful to all of them, and uh, I listen to everybody. I think that's the core idea.
Well, thank you so much, Sailesh, for joining us. You are doing some incredible work, and we have big fans who have joined us. Hira Mehta is one of your biggest fans, but we also had Geeta Balakrishnan who said, she enjoyed what you were sharing. So thank you so much for your words of wisdom, and wish you all the best in your work at Silver Innings. And those who wish to support Sailesh Mishra, please check out Silver Innings, and support the great work he's doing in geriatric care. Thank you, Sailesh, and thank
Namaste,
you everyone for joining us. Yeah.
namaste. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thank you.